In the spring of 2021, things seemed to be going quite well for Chandler. He was a 23-year-old living at home while studying for a degree in renewable energy in Madison, Wisconsin. He kept himself very busy working part-time online for an insurance company and also managed to spare some of his free time by volunteering with the local police department as part of their scuba search team. But the biggest news for Chandler was that he had just landed a dream job with the company SpaceX, headed by Elon Musk, and he and his longtime girlfriend, Catherine, were soon planning to move to Florida so he could start the job and start their life together. Unfortunately, in June of 2021, shortly before he was scheduled to start the job, he would suffer from a freak accident. He fell down the stairs while at home, alone. He went to the ER and he found out he had a severe concussion. He might even need surgery because of possible nerve damage. According to Chandler, the doctors told him to wear a neck brace and to rest. They also told him that he would not be able to fly due to this injury, and that meant that the job at SpaceX could not wait, and it fell through. Feeling a little defeated, Chandler still continued to work his part-time job while living at home with his parents, Bart and Krista. They had a lovely home in a small Wisconsin town. All in all, they seemed to be a pretty happy family. Chandler had an older brother named Mitchell, who was doing quite well for himself, working in IT and out living on his own. Life continued on quite normally until Friday, July 2nd. Krista, who was very reliable and would never miss work without at least calling first, had missed her shift altogether. A coworker and friend named Daniel had been trying to call without receiving any answers. So he went to Krista's house, knocked on the door, and did not get an answer. He walked over to the garage and saw that both Krista and Bart's vehicles were there. As he was just about to give up, suddenly Chandler walked out of the side door with apologies and saying that he was in the shower. Chandler would also tell him his parents left that morning to go take care of some sort of emergency at the cabin. He claimed they had been picked up by another couple and Chandler did not recognize these people. He went on to explain that cell service was really bad at the cabin and that is the reason that Daniel had not received a response from Krista. Daniel felt a little relieved upon hearing this. He would even invite Chandler to his home for fireworks later in the weekend on the 4th of July. At that get-together, Chandler told Daniel that he heard from his parents and they would be coming home on Monday. But Monday came and went with no word from Bart or Krista. Tuesday would also come with no word from the couple, and other people were starting to become very concerned. By Wednesday, when they had not returned home, Daniel urged Chandler to go to the police and file a missing persons report, and he did. Soon a search would begin, and Chandler would be interviewed by the police that night. The police did notice that both vehicles were home and thought that was odd. And they also thought that a mystery couple picking up the parents was a little odd as well. They began to look at Chandler a little closer. The following day, now July 8th, police would receive a phone call from Chandler's girlfriend's family. They owned a farm at Cottage Grove, which was just a few miles from the Halderson home. They said that Chandler had been at their farm over the 4th of July weekend with his girlfriend. What was strange, though, was the next day, Chandler had returned to the farm alone, saying he wanted to use their pool. Later, when they went to check on him, they said he was wandering around away from the pool near some forestry with the back hatch of his vehicle open. They called the police department because they thought it was very strange. This prompted a search of the property, and that search would blow this case wide open. Just behind the tree line, covered with some branches and leaves, they would find a human torso of a male. They also found an old metal drum, and inside of it were some tools, including a hacksaw, a pair of scissors, and a broken long saw blade. An autopsy would confirm that the body was indeed that of Chandler's father, Bart Halderson, and he had been shot twice in the back. Chandler was arrested on July 9th, and a couple days later, on the 12th, the police received some more information about the case. Chandler's girlfriend had a piece of information that she thought was crucial to the case. She had a habit of tracking Chandler via Snapchat due to some issues related to trust earlier in their relationship. She had saved a screenshot of a location of Chandler near the Wisconsin River. Upon searching that area, the police found a set of human legs that ended up belonging to Chandler's mother, Krista Halderson. A search of the Halderson home would yield more evidence against Chandler. They found bone fragments, specifically that of a human skull, in the fireplace, blood deposits in the basement, and blood spots throughout the home. Lies began to be unraveled as the investigators found out more and more information. It would come to light that the majority of Chandler's life was actually a lie. He had been stringing his parents along for a while now, with excuse after excuse in regards to why he had not received any money from the part-time job he supposedly had with the insurance company. The investigation revealed that his father, Bart, had exchanged emails with several people from both the insurance company and also from Madison Area Technical College, where Chandler was supposedly attending school. These emails were actually sent by Chandler himself, impersonating employees of both the school and his job. The truth was that Chandler had only attended college for one semester and flunked out. He was not working for the insurance company, but instead was playing video games when he claimed to be working from home. There was never a job at SpaceX, and though it's not clear whether he actually fell down the stairs or not, what is clear is that his injuries were very minor, if any at all. He had gone to the doctor, like he said, but none of the information he passed on to his family was true, and he was not told to wear the neck brace, but rather told he could wear it if he wanted to. And remember how he volunteered for the scuba search team part-time? It turns out the police department doesn't even have a scuba search team, so that was also a lie. Investigators believe that the motive for this killing was that Chandler's lies were beginning to come undone. The very day that they were murdered was a day that Bart had set up a meeting with officials from the school to discuss the transcript issues that Chandler had been lying to his parents about. It is believed that Bart wanted Chandler to come clean and made this meeting as a way for his son to do so, but they would never make it to that meeting. Chandler pled not guilty, but in April of 2023, after deliberating for 2 hours, a jury would find Chandler guilty on all charges, and he was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. This is a very tragic case, and my heart goes out to the family of Bart and Krista Halderson. It is so hard for us to understand something like this, and we are left wondering why. I can't help but think of that famous quote from the 1800s by Sir Walter Scott. "Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive." Chandler had woven such a web of lies that he thought the only way out was to murder his beloved parents. If only he had just opened up and talked to them, I believe from the type of people they seemed to be, that they would have forgiven him, and this tragedy could have been avoided. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and leave me a comment. And follow me for more mysterious stories, true crime, and much more. Thanks for watching, and stay curious.